Hey everybody, it is, what time is it? Let's see here. It's 3:01 in the morning. I'm making this video. I made a video previously talking about my drug addiction. I've relapsed since then. I'm a month clean now though, so that's a good thing. I relapsed on meth. Besides the point, every day for the last month I've had sleep paralysis. And I've seen shadow people, which, I mean, with sleep paralysis, that's a fairly common occurrence. However, sleep paralysis, it does happen to, like 4 out of 10 people at some point in their life. Out of all the research I've done in the past 5 hours since this event that I'm about to describe happened, I've never encountered anything like a month straight, every time I go to sleep, whether I'm taking a nap, whether I'm going to sleep for real, where sleep paralysis has happened every single night. I don't know. My theory is that certain drugs, meth being one of them, where you are very sleep deprived and you see shadow people even when you're awake because you are sleep deprived. I think meth kind of opens us up to evil spirits, and I do believe that the shadow people are real. So you can call me crazy if you want to, but if you see the shit that I see every single night, you might believe it too. This most recent one, I was laying in my bed and I could feel myself falling asleep. It was like this tingling feeling. It actually felt kind of good, to be honest. And I fell asleep and I woke up, but I had a feeling I wasn't really awake, so I just shut my eyes again because I've had a lot of experience with this sleep paralysis shit. Then I woke up again and I was like, I'm not really awake, let me just close my eyes. I wake up again, I can't move, my room is dark. I see a figure in my closet. My closet door is open. I started leaving it open. I don't know. I'm trying anything to make this shit go away. And this figure in like a tuxedo starts like creeping towards me, and I'm just saying in my head, go back to where you came from, because that's what some people told me to do. I start praying for Jesus to come. I am Christian, but I've never done that before. And he starts gliding towards me until he's slowly, but he's right over top of me, and I just avert my eyes. And I keep on just like fucking praying for dear God to make this go away. Then I wake up. I wake up, I let out a little yelp. I didn't scream, but I was like, ah! I got out of bed, and that was like 11:30, it's 3 o'clock in the morning now. I'm drinking coffee, I'm not going to sleep. I've determined that I'm not going to sleep for as long as possible. Which isn't new to me since I used to abuse meth. But it's a little bit easier to stay awake when you're on meth because that's what it does. It's going to be a challenge for me now to go to sleep now. Other things I've experienced, like 2 days ago, I experienced a nesting nightmare, which is something that happens to me a lot. They're like false awakenings. Them and sleep paralysis kind of go hand in hand for me. A lot of times in these nesting nightmares, I'll wake up, I'll get out of bed, go about my business, then realize I'm in a dream, wake up in my bed again, do the same thing, realize I'm in a dream, wake up in my bed again. And this sometimes happens 10 or 15 times in a row while I'm still sleeping. And then eventually at the end, I have sleep paralysis. Usually there's a little demonic girl. That's usually what I experience. This is the first time I've had experience with the tuxedo, top hat man, whatever you want to fucking call him. And usually I don't wake up until I realize, okay, I'm asleep. Please wake up. And it usually takes a few seconds, but I can usually jar myself awake. Like I said, this has happened to me every day for the last month, so as I'm sure you can imagine, sleep is terrifying for me. Before I fall asleep, I'm terrified, a lot of anxiety. When I finally wake up from basically a living nightmare, I don't know if I'm still asleep or awake, and it takes me a good 5 or 10 minutes to realize, okay, I'm awake this time, I'm really awake. The reason I'm making this video is so I guess if anybody else is experiencing this, you're not alone. I also am curious to see if anybody else is experiencing this, because I've read a lot on the shadow people visiting people during sleep paralysis. And the interesting thing is that scientists are trying to say, oh, it's just your mind being conscious and your body being asleep. It's a projection of your dreams. And that's interesting. However, scientists can't explain why this happens, which is interesting. They think they can tell me that this is the cause of it, or this is, why it happens, but they can't tell me the cause of it. What I find even more interesting is that a lot of people see the same shit. Isn't that kind of weird? You think it's a scientific explanation? I mean, you can think that if you want to, but I swear, if you've seen the shit that I see, that shit is real. I've had other supernatural experiences while I'm awake, but nothing like this. A sense of doom, dread overtakes me as these figures are there. As I continuously wake up and I'm in another dream, I feel trapped in my dream. I don't believe houses are haunted. I believe energies and spirits attached to people. Why is it attached to me? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the meth and all the bad shit I've done. Maybe. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm doing a pretty good job at it. And the funny thing is every time I get sober, the dreams get worse. It's almost like the harder I try to be a good person, the more the negative spirits try to latch onto me to bring me back out into addiction. The good news for me is I've made a decision. I'm walking around the house talking to myself like a fucking idiot. I'm looking in every mirror and I'm saying, come on, attack me while I'm awake, motherfucker. And I made a decision that no matter what, because usually this is a trigger for me to go back out and use so I don't have to go to sleep. I made a decision that whatever this is that's trying so hard to scare me, I'm not going to let it make me relapse. I'm not going to let it kill myself. I'm not going to let it drive me crazy. You might think I'm crazy. Maybe I am. I don't know. It's impossible to know because nobody knows what the fuck causes this shit. All I can tell you is that if every day for 30 days, every time you went to sleep, you basically were living in A Nightmare on Elm Street, the fucking movie, you'd be in the same shape I'm in. So, I guess just, share your thoughts and, hopefully this doesn't happen to you because I don't want to go to sleep ever again.